Welcome to the final news bulletin for the day here on TV3. It's coming to you live on News Hub here at Desawa in Kanda. My name is Alfred Okanse. Let's take the news highlights for tonight. Police in Kumasi in the Ashanti region have begun investigations into the alleged murder of a 16-year-old final year student of the Tafo Methodist Junior High School. Isaac Akon was stabbed to death after he was allegedly attacked by 4 armed men on Saturday evening. The Environmental Protection Agency EPA has cautioned against the consumption of fruits and vegetables immediately after purchasing from the market. The Director of Chemicals and Registrar of Pesticides at the Environmental Protection Agency EPA, who gave the warning at an outreach program in Accra, said some fruits and vegetables contain traces of poisonous substances after the application of chemicals by farmers. And our squatters at Kalkuri Brigade in Accra are pleading with government for an extension of the 1-month ultimatum given to them to vacate their current location. Government intends to prepare the place for the relocation of the Accra Art Centre to make way for the Marine Drive project. The Ghana Association of Medical Laboratory Scientists say members will from Monday, May 28, withdraw all of their services across the country. The action by members of the association is in protest against salary discrepancies for about 6 years after the introduction of the single spine pay policy. Voting has begun in Colombia's first presidential election since the government signed a peace agreement with the FARC rebel group in 2016. Incumbent Juan Manuel Santos cannot stand again after serving 2 terms. The U.S. team is holding talks with North Korea officials to prepare a possible meeting between President Donald Trump and North Korea's leader Kim Jong-un. The talks in the village of Panmunjom in the demilitarized zone between the 2 Koreas is the latest sign that the summit could take place after all. Also live here on NewsA10, and remember, we're live on DSTV channel 279 all across the world on 3news.com. Let's set up for our first story this evening here on NewsA10. Squatters at Kalkuri Brigade in Accra are pleading with government for an extension of the 1-month ultimatum given to them to vacate the current location. Government intends to prepare the place for the relocation of the Accra Art Centre to make way for the Marine Drive project.
Right next to the Kwame Nkrumah Memorial Park is arguably the tourist hub of Ghana. The Center for National Culture, popularly referred to as the Art Centre. It has got everything from woven kente cloth, sculptures to fashion accessories. In fact, it has art and craft from all over Ghana. From their old location close to the Accra High Court, the Art Centre has been at its current location for close to 40 years and has attracted a lot of high-profile personalities, including presidents from other nations.
Former American President George Bush and Bill Clinton, as well as the King of Morocco, His Majesty King Mohammed, who spent $10,000, have all been here.
Spending over $10,000 at our Art Centre.
Each of the over 1,000 shop owners here pay an annual rent of 204 cedis to government. We could go on and on and on with the creativity and beauty that exists here at the Accra Art Centre. But in some few months to come, patrons may no longer be able to locate the Art Centre at this particular location, as there are plans by government to relocate the Art Centre to Kalkuri. The relocation is to make way for government's Marine Drive project along the beach. Work on the project has gotten very close to the Art Centre, putting pressure on the traders.
Any consultant in each year,
In a meeting with the consultant, we expressed our fear, but he assured us that they will not move us till Kaukudi is ready for relocation.
This slum community, Kaukudi Brigade, is expected to be the new location for the art center. Residents here admit being engaged on few occasions by government to vacate the area for the relocation of the art center, but are asking for more days.
We have
Most of us are seriously searching for a new place, but we haven't gotten any yet.
Residents here were first informed about the relocation 2 years ago, but did not attach much prominence to the notice. We took the warning serious, but they did not show up again. So we were thinking that this time they give us about 6 months' notice to move. We observed the deadline by the Accra Metropolitan Assembly for residents here to relocate had expired. The squatters, some of whom have stayed close to 10 years, have up to the end of this month to relocate. The traders at Art Centre fear not all of them would be accommodated here due to the small land size.
We made this land what it is today. We are not against the Marine Drive project, but government should ensure that we all get shops in the Marine Drive.
The Marine Drive project has space for an art centre, but until then, traders would have to make do with a temporary one here. Kwabna Edu JV, TV3, Accra.
Now, the Ghana Association of Medical Laboratory Scientists say members will from Monday, May 28, withdraw all of their services across the country. Their services include blood banking and transfusions, surveys and surveillance support. The action by members of the association is in protest against salary discrepancies for about 6 years after the introduction of the single spine pay policy. The medical laboratory scientists partially withdrew some services on Monday, May 21, but a statement signed by President of the Association, Dr. Ignatius Awinimbono, stated it has altered its roadmap following alleged life-threatening intimidation from some medical superintendents and directors. The association alleged some medical superintendents and directors have asked unlicensed personnel to operate laboratories in absence, which is illegal and exposes patients to serious health risk. According to the association, it's deployed a work to rule on humanitarian grounds with the hope their issues will be promptly addressed, but that has not been the case. Now, residents of New Abbasi have kicked against the erection of a new monument in memory of Major Maxwell Mahama in the town a year after his death. Majority of residents expressed fear of being haunted by the unfortunate incident which led to the death of the soldier. My colleague Kamla Kluche visited the area ahead of the 1-year commemoration and celebration remembrance of the late Maxwell Mahama.
An early morning, but the village center of New Abbasi is already buzzing with activity before the locals leave for their farm. For Mafia seizes the opportunity to sell donuts, which she has done for almost 2 decades. 60-year-old retired soldier Isaka Suleiman is up from bed and readies himself for the farm.
Isaka, tell me, you have 3 wives.
And the senior one, the seamstress. The one following the seamstress, the hairdresser. And the third one is the nurse.
You are a big man, you are a big man.
We began a journey of 20 miles into his 2-acre farm. Saka narrates where he was on the day Major Mahama was killed.
The whole town was empty. I was left alone with my junior sister in the house. I made my families to leave to Dunkwao. But then,
How did you survive yourself?
okay, I was always in the room. I don't come out. I come out once in a while.
But did they meet you? When the soldiers came, did they meet you?
They meet me. They meet me, but they told me to be in the room. And if anything, I cook in the room, eat in the room there, urinate in the room there. So it wasn't easy.
A death that shook the nation, with a battalion of soldiers and police storming the otherwise unknown town of Abbasi, always called New Abbasi. The accused persons are still on trial, and there are calls from some quarters from the military who will not go on record demanding the erection of a statue in remembrance of the slain soldier.
The statue being there, to me, is very, very good. So anytime, even their grandchildren should come out, they should deliver, and then come to the town. They will know that, yes, my old man has done this before.
Please leave us alone. We are afraid. Our children will even run when they see it. Fear has gripped us. The events linger on. Erecting a statue, that is pressure on us.
With
the statue, you recall the body. When we see his body, fear will grip us. This is the spot where Major Muhammad died.
He finally gave up his life somewhere around this point, exact location in the gutter here where he lost his life. There's been talk about the erection of a monument of the sort, but there's been a divided opinion on it as to whether the family will agree or not. It's 1 year that has not been decided yet, but members of the community, some say it is not necessary because the memory still lives on or still lingers on, and they think that the matter should die its natural death, in as much as it is in court now for judgment yet to be given. Komla Kluche, TV3 News, New Abbasi.
Well, that's what the situation is, and we're still keeping an eye on the focus on this. And one of the acquitted and discharged persons in the Major Maxwell Mahama murder trial, Ethia Meno, narrates her ordeal after spending 3 months in police cells. She spoke exclusively to Komla Kluche.
At 30, Ethia assists her mother, who operates a chop bar in the town.
I can't tell who did what. They said I look like the lady who lit the matches. The scars on my body tells how I was treated.
Ethia Meno says she has spent her entire life in the town and narrates her ordeal on the fateful day. She was one of those arrested in connection with the murder of Major Maxwell Mahama and regrets that fateful day.
Last prayer.
They said if I don't tell the truth, they will kill me. The Lord's Prayer was my only hope. It was then they saw the mark on my arm and compared.
Emotionally drained, the moment of May 29 still stare her in the face.
Free cells no buy a chrome half on Omoje was saying.
The chrome ya from body man, yes, and Bangam, and Commodore.
I was hardly accepted by my community, who showed me love with tears flowing.
Kofi Bedu was caught up in a swoop by a combined team of army and police personnel on May 30, a day after Major Maxwell Mahama was killed. In hindsight, his memory of that fateful day still haunts him. Thank God I came back alive. I was not involved in the lynching. Back in Ifiamenu's home, the family says the stigma and negative reportage of events on that fateful day in the town of New Abbasi unfortunately has affected them, but will not deter them from offering love to the suspects who they believe are innocent.
When I was returning, the bus driver refused to stop in the town for me over stigma. I persisted until he budged.
Ama ade and this is Accra and say, "Wo to kwan e baby kra na ye pamon." Wo fo car na so what take ma ensem aye kan.
The stigma is so high. If you are not patient, you always engage in a free for all fight.
Da bia wo bekon awoka na we nyina echi no. Ene ya ha no mo for say ye take am na say ye kra.
But as heart-wrenching as these stories of the acquitted and discharged suspects are, the community is not giving up on them.
These experiences, quite emotional as they are, for one thing, she has resolved that it will not deter her from doing what she has been doing. She has never been engaged in any form of brutality or crime, but she'll continue to serve people that she serves as a trader and will remain a trader for the rest of her life. Komla Kluche, TV3 News, New Abbasi.
We keep saying that may the soul of Major Maxwell Mahama continue to rest in perfect peace. Now, ahead of the 1-year commemoration of his death, going to be a lot more of what you just saw. Those exclusive by Komla Kluche here on TV3. So stay with us. We'll be back shortly after this quick break. To stay. You're welcome back to News at 10. We're so live here on TV3 and also live all across the world on 3news.com, live on DSTV channel 279. Now, 12-year-old rapper and student of Kids Paradise School, Samuel Owusu, also known as Young King Clef, has been crowned the winner of Talented Kids Season 9. He won a cash prize of 10,000 cedis, an all-expense-paid trip abroad, and a 15,000 cedis worth educational investment.
And Samuel Owusu succeeds DJ Switch, who happens to be Season 8 winner of Talented Kids, and Judge Benedict, what informed this very decision, and realized that it was well accepted by the crowd here.
Samuel has been very consistent since the first episode. It's one person who never, got near to eviction. And it's stagecraft, it's lyrics, it's content, breath control, everything you want to find in a rapper, it's a professional rapper.
Yeah, and from where I was watching the show, it was a close call, listening to the people around between Samuel Owusu and the bassist.
Like I said, it was a close margin. Technically, Peniel stood out as the best for this season because he's very versatile when it comes to, instruments. He could play the piano, he could play the acoustic guitar, he could play the bass. And none of the children that we had this season could do that.
The best rapper.
And what do you have to tell Samuel Owusu?
I have to tell him that was a great job that he did. Everybody knows, I think most of the fans knew he was going to be the winner, but from the way when we mentioned he was the winner, he never smiled, but he's feeling it in his soul.
And you like his attitude on stage?
Yeah, I like that because that will make, like, when they mentioned he was a winner, he behaved plenty. He won't let you get to. Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Thank you too.
For a small boy like that, we had to give it to him.
Well, attitude wins, and I mean, passion is everything, and that's what you just saw there. DJ Switch handing over to this rather enthusiastic rapper. But what informed the decision to crown rapper Samuel Owusu as winner of Talented Cases in 9? According to the judges, the versatile rapper's consistency, great lyrical content, and amazing showmanship won him the ultimate.
And Samuel Owusu succeeds DJ Switch, who happens to be season 8 winner of Talented Cases, and Judge Benedict, what informed this very decision, and realized that it was well accepted by the crowd here.
Samuel has been very consistent since the first episode. It's one person who never, got near to eviction, and it's stagecraft, it's lyrics, it's content, breath control, everything you want to find in a rapper. It's a professional rapper.
Yeah, and from where I was watching the show, it was a close call, listening to the people around between Samuel Owusu and the bassist.
Like I said, it was a close margin. Technically, Peniel stood out as the best for this season because he's very versatile when it comes to instruments. He could play the piano, he could play the acoustic guitar, he could play the bass, and none of the children that we had this season could do that. However, this is showbiz. In the end, the best had really taken the title.
What informed this verdict from the judge?
Consistency. That's the most important thing in this game. Consistency. From the day Samuel came on the audition right to the end, he was consistent. Always brought different things to his game. So, we saw it was a bit difficult getting to the end because Peniel, there's no other child in this whole group that could play the instrument the way he did. So he made it very tight. Samuel was a performer. He was a professional and all right. For a small boy like that, we had to give it to him.
Amazing, isn't it? But let's take a listen to DJ Switch, how she feels about handing over the baton to someone else who obviously exhibits that level of passion to carry through for the next 1 year.
So they declared Samuel Owusu as a winner. You were the defending champion. And what do you make of Samuel Owusu's talent?
That was very great. I mean, everybody was a winner, but the judges chose their winner, and that's great. I have to tell him that was a great job that he did. Everybody knows, I think most of the fans knew he was going to be the winner, but from the way when we mentioned he was the winner, he never smiled, but he's feeling it in his soul.
And you like his attitude on stage?
Yeah.
All right, and tonight we also saw you give an amazing performance. You shook that.
Meanwhile, fans of Samuel Owusu could not hide and hold back their joy as a 12-year-old was declared winner of the competition.
Level of excitement here people are excited about the verdict.
The guy, he's so creative, he's talented, like the energy level, oh my God, he got it. He's so good.
Our aim to win, our aim to win. The talented kids, season 9, Samolosu, oh, everyone's expecting Samolosu to win, and he has win it. So we're happy.
Well, for us here at TV3, I want to say congratulations to every one of these kids who took part in the audition through to the competition. We saw a rare exhibition of talent all through the period, and this is just a platform for kids to exhibit their talent. You don't have a lot of schools dedicated to unearthing and developing talent in this country. So on behalf of the Talented Kids team and all of us here at TV3, I say congratulations to every one of them. And I want to say thank you for spending your 30 minutes with us here on NewsA10. My name is Alfredo Kanse. Have a good night.